Long ago, in the kingdom of Judah, a young man ascended to the throne during one of the darkest periods in the nation's history. This was King Hezekiah, a ruler whose heart burned with a desire to restore his people's faith in the true God. For years, Judah had been mired in idolatry, and the sacred temple in Jerusalem, once a beacon of worship and reverence, lay defiled and neglected. From the moment Hezekiah wore the crown, he set out on a mission to reform the kingdom. He reopened the temple doors, sweeping away the idols and altars erected to false gods. The once abandoned temple was cleansed and filled with the sounds of prayers and songs of worship.
I don't know how God's gonna do it, and I don't know when He's gonna fix it. Yeah, I only know God's gonna make a way for me. I know He's gonna do it. You can help me sing your victory.
Hezekiah gathered the people and called them to return to God, to honor His commandments, and to seek His blessings once more.
Then let us begin the work. Remove the idols, restore the altar, and let the sound of prayers rise to the heavens once more. We will honor the commandments of our God.
But as Hezekiah's reforms began to take root, a shadow loomed over Judah. The mighty Assyrian army, led by the fearsome king Sennacherib, had crushed countless nations and now threatened Jerusalem itself. As reports of their conquests reached Hezekiah, many in Judah panicked.
The Syrians are coming. They'll be here shortly. Get out while you can if you wish to live.
However, Hezekiah remained steadfast.
Sire, there are rumors that the Assyrian army are on their way here. We must move everyone quickly out of Jerusalem before it becomes too late. The fate of the city is in your hands.
Rather than placing his trust in armies or alliances, he turned to God. In the quiet of the night, Hezekiah knelt in the temple and poured out his heart in prayer. He sought counsel from the prophet Isaiah, who assured him that God would defend Jerusalem.
Thus says the Lord, do not be afraid of the Assyrians. They will not enter this city, nor will they shoot an arrow here. I will defend Jerusalem for my sake, and for the sake of my servant David.
And then came the miracle. The Assyrian army, camped outside the city, was struck down by the angel of the Lord. When the sun rose, the once mighty force was no more. 185,000 soldiers lay dead.
Sire, we cannot stay here. We must retreat and go back to Syria.
Sennacherib fled back to Assyria in shame, and Jerusalem was saved without a single sword being drawn. Years later, Hezekiah faced a different kind of battle, his own mortality. Stricken with a grave illness, the prophet Isaiah came to him with a dire message.
My king, the Lord has spoken. Set your house in order, for you will die from this illness.
But Hezekiah refused to accept this as the end. Turning his face to the wall, he prayed with tears, reminding God of his faithfulness.
O Lord, remember how I have walked faithfully before you and done what is right in your eyes. Have mercy on me.
Once again, God heard his plea. Not only was Hezekiah granted 15 more years of life, but God gave a miraculous sign to confirm his promise.
The Lord has heard your prayer and seen your tears. He will add 15 years to your life. As a sign of this promise, He will make the sun's shadow go back 10 steps on the stairway of Ahaz.
As God had promised, the sun's shadow moved backward 10 steps on the stairway of Ahaz. Yet, even Hezekiah had his flaws. In a moment of pride, he showed off the treasures of his kingdom to Babylonian envoys.
Come and see the silver, the gold, the spices, all that my fathers and I have stored in the palace.
Your kingdom is magnificent, King Hezekiah. The treasures of Judah are unmatched.
An act that Isaiah warned would have consequences.
My king, what have you done? The time will come when all these treasures, and even your descendants, will be carried off to Babylon.
Hezekiah's pride served as a reminder that even the most faithful leaders are not immune to human weaknesses. When Hezekiah passed away, he was mourned deeply by his people. His reign left a legacy of faith, courage, and reform that inspired Judah for generations.